are here with Tasha Moore, founder of H.E.R Enterprises. Hello, Tasha. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about what H.E.R Enterprises is and what was the inspiration behind it?
H.E.R Enterprises is a rites of passage program for girls. It's an acronym, so the H.E.R stands for Honor, Elevate, and Rejuvenate. It's a rites of passage program that is an 8-week program for girls that builds upon each other. The goal is to be able to have that personal relationship with the girls, that I don't just come in and be a fly by the wind program for girls where I come and I just do things and I leave and I don't make a lasting impact. So the 8 weeks is set up so that in the beginning we're forming a relationship, we're getting to know each other, and the things that I can not only bring to them through my passage, but the things they can bring to me. But it grows on each other, where each week is a different topic that we talk about. And then throughout that process, we're working on building a holistic approach with the girl, being able to develop that relationship and also work with them on their individual journeys in life, helping them to grow, to mature, to learn different things about themselves, to hopefully at the end get to a place where they're comfortable about themselves. They're stronger in themselves and their passions and the things that they want to do. And what I can add to that through my own experiences and having similar programs like that in my life as I was growing up that were very critical for me. And I think that is, to answer your question, the thing that prompted me to really start the business is that throughout my whole entire time of working in the field of mental health, which is what I've done for the last 10 years of life, I have worked with a number of girls, a number of children, a number of families. And although I feel like the work that I've been doing with them has been meaningful in the jobs that I have, there are a lot of things that I couldn't touch on that I wanted to touch on just because it wasn't mine.
And you're able to touch on those through H.E.R?
Yes, through H.E.R.
Okay, and then it's Honor, Elevate, and Rejuvenate.
Yes.
Why those 3 words?
For me, it took me a while, quite honestly, to get to a point of coming up with a name. I didn't want it to be corny. I didn't want it to be something that women couldn't relate to, where it was just girly and very feminine, and it didn't really encompass the whole attributes of a woman. And that is where I came up with H.E.R. Honor for me is important as you build your relationships with others. Before you even get to the point of building a relationship with others, honoring yourself, being able to know who you are and your self-worth, and who you are, and then presenting that in the way that you interact with other people, so that they can honor you as well, because you are radiating that to them. Elevate is because I want the girls to feel encouraged, to feel as if throughout the passage they are growing, they're elevating, who they are, their personality, their being, so that they feel confident in being able to put that out into the world, and feel that confidence within themselves. Rejuvenate also falls in line with that, because I want them to feel rejuvenated. A lot of the girls that I will be working with come from different circumstances and different elements that they may have not felt that encouragement or that motivation from other people or from themselves, period. And so I want them to feel elevated and rejuvenated by the end of the passage, where they feel a difference in themselves that they can put out to the world and to conquer the things that they're wanting to.
What are some things that you experienced, I guess, in the Richmond area that you felt this program was needed, and especially catered towards young women?
Well, in my work, it's been so many disparities just in the children's lives, period. It was a struggle for me, honestly, in putting the business together, and whether or not I wanted to focus on children as a whole or focus on women, young ladies. I think that in my work, through so many different things that I've done day treatment, in-home mental health support, I've done foster care, I've done social work, which I'm currently doing now. And so with all of that, I have bear witness to the different things that this generation has to deal with, to cope with. A lot of them are resilient. But in that resiliency, they still lose themselves. They still lose a part of the importance of being able to have good role models around them, to have those good support systems to help them to grow and to feel like they can really be who they want to be. A lot of times I've seen the children be affected by their circumstances and their surroundings, and it takes so much away from who they can be, who they really are. And they have that battle within themselves of, do I, stick to my uniqueness, or do I conform to the things that are around me, to the things that my family has gone through, to the things that I'm supposed to be just by, life telling you that that's what you're supposed to be. And so for me, I felt like working with the girls was important, because as a woman, even though I may not have gone through some of the struggles that they go through, I had my own struggles, just as learning my individuality and how to be different in the aspect of my friends, my family, society. And as women, I feel like we oftentimes don't have the support that we need from other women. Especially other women who have gone through similar situations, or who have not gone through similar situations but just have something to add to your life. And so that's why the focus was on women for me, because I've identified within myself the importance of what it was for me to be surrounded by positive women, positive influences, positive circumstances, and I want to be able to give that to the young women.
What is the role do you think the media plays in how we interact with one another as women?
I think it's a big role, because it forces us to be in a situation where we feel like we have to live up to something else. We have to be what society tells us that we're supposed to be. We have to fall in line, with how women in society are portrayed. And a lot of times we are not that woman. Right. We're our own woman, and we have our own individualities. And sometimes we get stuck in having to feel forced to be something that we're not, and not comfortable in who we are. And then the women that are comfortable in who they are, get labeled very quickly, as being stuck up, as being, self-righteous, as having that aggression and authority that we're not supposed to have for being comfortable with who we are. And that's one of the challenges that I had in growing up. As I became comfortable in who I am and where I wanted to be, I had those same struggles. But society, especially now, in this generation, it adds a whole other piece, as internet and social media and all of those things are added to it as well. Because as you can get beat down and get put down in your own environments, just in your house or your friendships or your social connections, adding other elements like social media where the whole world is looking at you, and putting you in the hot seat, it definitely puts you in a position of having to be surrounded by as much positivity as you can. And sometimes getting away from that social media is that taking it away and not having that element. But it definitely plays a big picture.
Well, I love the idea of H.E.R Enterprises. So as a young woman, if I wanted to join this program, how would I go about doing that?
So I kind of come out to you. I come out to the girls. It's not joining per se. It's more so just taking part in the passage. So for right now, and me starting the business, I'm doing it by myself. I have large visions for it and wanting to make it larger, where the girls do come to me. For instance, with me having my own building and actually making the program larger, encompassing so many different areas. I want to bring different people in with expertise to be able to really work with the girls and add to the programs. So for right now, my goals have been to go to where girls are. A lot of after-school programs, group homes, boys and girls clubs, YMCAs, things where there's already programs that are formulated, and then I just bring the passage into it and add it to as a part of the curriculum that they're working with the girls already.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Tasha, for coming and joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
No problem.